We're longing to have faith in a higher power. We're longing to receive signs from the universe. We're longing to feel divinely guided and directed. So here's how you do it.
Gabrielle Bernstein, a role model for spiritual seekers.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to Dear Gabby. I'm going to answer some of the most powerful questions that have ever been asked to me. And I'm going to give you some really beautiful spiritual downloads to these questions, because we go through these hard moments in our life and we feel like we're struggling and we can't get through it, or we feel like we have obstacles and we can't see the next right step, or we can sometimes feel as though we're blocked and we don't know how to get through that block. And there's a spiritual solution to every problem. There's a spiritual solution to every issue. We can always find a way through every block. And that's what this episode is going to be all about: how to find a way through every block. Okay, so the first question is, how do I trust the universe when things are going wrong? Well, first and foremost, I believe that we have to change our perception of what it means. When things are going wrong, we often say, oh, that's not what I want, and so that's why it's bad. But what if we chose to see that obstacle as an opportunity or as a detour in the right direction? What if we chose to see the holdup as purpose? Seeing in a moment, okay, this isn't working because something better is on the way. This isn't working. I'm held up because I'm supposed to wait for something different. If we start to shift our perception from this is going wrong to what could be going right, everything can change. Everything can change. So I want you to notice that area of your life where something seems to be going wrong. And I want you to ask yourself, what actually could be going right? Or you could say a prayer: thank you, universe, for revealing to me what could be going right here. What could be going right? That simple shift of shifting your focus off of what's going wrong to what possibly could be going right can change your entire life. I just literally changed your life with one shift. Go use that. And even when you're dialoguing with your friends and loved ones and you start going into the dramas and the problems and what's going wrong, I want you to stop yourself. I want you to hear my voice saying to you, actually, hello, it's Gabby here. What could be going right? I want you to shift out of that vibration of, oh, this isn't working, that's not working, into what could be working here. Beautiful. Okay, try that. Leave me a comment below if that really serves you, if that really opens your heart, if that makes you feel good. I want to know what that feels like to you. Okay, here's the second question. I'm exhausted from healing. Is it okay to take a break? Oh, I love this question. The answer is absolutely. I remember back in the day, I had a coach when this was about like 19 years ago. I had a coach and I said to her, God, I'm doing all of the spiritual practices. I'm doing the therapy. I'm going to my yoga class. I'm drinking my green juice. I'm doing all these things to stay sane and to feel good. And I just feel like I keep doing. And she said, girlfriend, go eat an ice cream. And that was such a profound message that I have carried with me even to this day, because it just reminded me, just stop the doing. You don't have to do so much. And this is I'm exhausted from the healing. Is it okay to take a break? Yes, take a break, relax, let go, have an ice cream. Just stop trying to heal. Sometimes it's in the space between the action that real healing occurs. Actually getting grounded in our sense of calmness, getting grounded in just being present with what is, being in this experience of whatever is coming up for you, good or bad, all of the discomfort, just being with it. Just have an ice cream. Just relax. Just let yourself be. Look out the window with a cup of tea and do nothing. Do nothing. I always like to say do nothing and let the universe show you what to do. There's so much power and there's so much magic in just letting it be. You don't plant a seed and just sit over it, watching it grow or forcing it to grow or overwatering it. If you overwater it, you're going to kill it. So just give it breath, give it air, just witness and relax. I like that one. The third question, I keep trying to be positive, but my thoughts revert back to fear. What do I do? Okay, beautiful. This is where I'm going to give you one of my favorite lessons, and it's called the choose again method. And when we have these negative thoughts that are on repeat, it's hard to be positive because we have a story in our mind, like a little meme that keeps repeating itself and repeating itself. And then what happens is we hook into it more, and then we just repeat it more and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And every day becomes this constant cycle of leaning into this negative storyline, a story, a belief. And those thoughts that we keep thinking become beliefs, as Abraham Hicks says. So the more we invest in the illusions of our thoughts, the more those thoughts become our reality. There's a line from A Course in Miracles: insistence means investment. So the more we insist on these fear-based thoughts, the more we invest in the illusions of the world. And so we have to start investing in more high vibe frequencies. And that investment in a new thought, in a new way of perceiving the world, comes when we allow ourselves to just open up to the possibility of a different perspective. So here's how you do it. You notice the fear-based thought that you've been investing in, that negative thought that you have on repeat, and you just witness it. And then you forgive yourself for having the thought. So you can say, oh, there's that thought again. That's just a thought that I keep thinking. I'm willing to release this. Forgive myself for having that thought. And then you choose again. You reach for the next best feeling thought. And so, for instance, maybe you're feeling like you're broke. Instead of going, I'm broke and then I'm a millionaire, you might say, you might witness the thought, forgive yourself for having the thought, and then reach for the next best feeling thought. Well, you know what? I've got all this cool new AI technology, and I can use ChatGPT to create a really amazing resume, and I can get that resume back up on LinkedIn, and I can use that LinkedIn as a social media network to meet new people and reach out to new friends and create new contacts. I've got all these great resources. Within 3 minutes or 30 seconds, you can guide yourself out of that negative story into a more positive vibration. That's the choose again method. Notice the thought, forgive the thought, and choose again. Reach for the next best feeling thought, and just keep reaching and reaching and reaching, allowing yourself to think your way out. You have the power to think your way out. In fact, we're celebrating right now the 10-year anniversary of my #1 New York Times bestselling book with over 1 million copies sold. This is The Universe Has Your Back. And so it's come out now with a new cover, a new introduction. And I think why this book is so powerful for so many people and why it's had such an impact on the world is because it's teaching you to see through the lens of possibility, to see obstacles as detours in the right direction, to recognize the power of your thoughts and your energy and how you can co-create your life with the universe when you start to align with more of a higher vibration. And so as you start to take these principles into your life and you start to open your heart to see things differently, you start to believe that the universe has your back. You believe it. And this is, I mean, if you want to skyrocket your life and if you're in a tough time right now and you're trying to shift out of that tough time, this is your book. The Universe Has Your Back. Transform Fear to Faith. Okay, #4. How do I handle people that really piss me off? So here's the most important lesson. The world is your classroom and people are your assignments. And so if you hold in your heart the recognition that the people that piss you off have been divinely planted in your life to teach you a lesson, to bring you to your knees, to help you surrender to whatever it is within inside of you that you need to heal. The people in your life that piss you off are your greatest spiritual assignments. Boom. Take this in. What are these people doing? They're activating within you what needs to be healed. So the parts of you that come out, the reactivity that comes out of you has nothing to do with them. It has to do with the belief inside of you. That same person that's pissing you off could stand next to you and stand next to your friend. You might have a certain part of you that feels activated by their behavior. Your friend doesn't. They have this attitude. They put the attitude on you and they put the attitude on your friend. You get pissed off, walks away. Your friend's like, F off, and walks away. You get so activated, you get so extreme, you get so defensive. Why is your friend saying F off and walks away and you're so activated? Because there's a part of you that's triggered by that person. So we all have different reactions and responses to different people who act in certain ways. And it's not their actions that piss us off. It's the parts of us that get activated that get pissed off. So instead of flipping out, check in. Choose to check in with yourself. You can use the method from my new book, Self-Help, and you could just check inside and you would just notice that feeling that's activated. And the second step is to be curious about it. Feel into it. Where do you feel it in your body? What do you know about it? What thoughts or feelings or sensations want to be revealed? And then compassionately connect to that part of yourself and ask yourself, what do I need? And listen. And then notice the energy shift inside. When you stop blaming others for what you're feeling and you start tending to the parts of yourself inside, true healing can be revealed. So good, right? Stop blaming everybody else. You have the power to heal yourself. Let everybody else off the hook. And the other thing that happens is as you heal yourself, you become less of a magnet for other people's bullshit. Question 5, what do I do when I feel like I'm doing everything right, but nothing is changing? So it's not about your doing, it's about your feeling and believing. You could be doing all the right things and saying all the right things and wearing the right outfit and putting yourself out in all the right ways. But if you're not feeling in alignment with what it is that you're trying to create, your doing is doing nothing. Your doingness is not what creates. It's your being. It's your presence that is your power. It's your energy that has the magnetic frequency, not the actions. You know those people that try so hard and work so hard, but they just never really get to where they want to be? All that trying is blocking the allowing. It's blocking the miracle. And it's not to say that we shouldn't be showing up and doing the things that we need to do, but we need to take those actions from a place of spiritual alignment and faith and certainty and trust and knowing. And so if you're in this energy of doing and pushing, you are blocking. And so we have to give ourselves this undoing. It's an undoing and allowing. It's a new energy that you bring to the desires that you have in your life, which is you listen to your intuition. You sit still in your desire. You take actions when you're inspired, not when you're feeling forced or rushed, but you're taking inspired action. When you take actions from a place of inspiration and joy and love and faith and certainty, your actions have far more power. Whereas if you're taking an action from a place of fear or unease or forcing or controlling, you are in the way. That vibrational frequency does not have the power to actually create the momentum that you are here to bring forth. The momentum happens when your actions are backed with inspiration. So this question of what do I do when I'm feeling like I'm doing everything, but nothing's changing? I'm going to go back to the earlier question to say, go have an ice cream. Stop the doing. Stop the doing. Start just sitting. Be still with what you want to create. Be still with how you want to feel. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel when I take action? I want to feel inspired. I want to feel creative. I want to feel confident and courageous. Tap into how you want to feel. And I would just stop yourself in your tracks. Whenever you're in that thirsty energy of trying to do and control, just stop. Stop yourself in your tracks. Stop doing and start allowing. When you're in that energy of doing, and you're blocking the allowing and you're blocking the miracle, I always like to say, stop, drop, and meditate. Stop, drop, and meditate. Just sit in stillness. And you can have a journal next to you too. And you could just have a little piece of paper or a journal and just write at the top of the page, show me what to do. Thank you, universe, for showing me what to do. This simple request gets you out of the driver's seat. We have to take our hands off the wheel and ask the universe to show us where to go and what to do. And I do this all day long. When something is blocking me, I'm like, I surrender. I scream it sometimes. I need help. I scream it. I talk to the universe. I'm in constant co-creation. I'm not trying to will my way. I'm trying to allow and listen. And that's a practice. It's a muscle. We have to exercise that muscle. We have to give ourselves that energy of just being in that presence of show me what to do. Show me where to go. I would also recommend definitely pick up The Universe Has Your Back. This is my airport book. This is the book that people will walk up to me in any airport in the world, in any country, and they'll look at me and they'll be like, I read The Universe Has Your Back. It changed my life. And why? Because we're really longing for a spiritual connection. We're longing to have faith in a higher power. We're longing to be in co-creation. We're longing to receive signs from the universe. We're longing to feel divinely guided and directed. And that's why this book has served so many souls. You can up-level your life with the practices inside this book. Let me open to a random page and see what comes. Oh, the universe works in mysterious ways. That's the message I have for you today. The universe works in mysterious ways. And ooh, I remember this. This is a beautiful story. I put this book. I love this story from the book. You're going to have to read it. Page 113 of The Universe Has Your Back, chapter 8. The universe works in mysterious ways. And it talks about how when you put something out there and you let it go, this whole story that's in this chapter is about how it will come back to you in ways that you could never have possibly imagined. And sometimes you don't realize that the imprint that you have in one moment can have a ripple effect throughout your life. It's like that when a butterfly flaps its wings in the North Pole, it has a shift in South America. It's like this energy, the ripple of this energy. And so as you start to adjust your energy and adjust your thoughts, this ripple starts to have an effect in your life. And you wake up one day and you think back and you're like, whoa, I wanted to create that and here it is. Or that thing I thought I wanted is actually quite the opposite of what I needed. And thank God I surrendered to the universe for divine direction and co-creation. And so being in dialogue with the universe, constant contact with a higher power of your own understanding, being in that co-creation allows you to trust more and do less. It allows you to be divinely guided. It allows you to let inspiration lead you and let your inner wisdom be what guides your life. It allows you to take action from a more inspired, joyful place rather than from the place of forcing and pushing. It allows you to trust, to transform your fear into faith. So my friends, the universe truly has your back because you made it here all the way to the end of this. That is a sign to me that the universe has your back. And I want to take you on this journey with me. And there's also another way you can join me on this journey, my 21-day Trust the Universe challenge inside my Gabby coaching app. And I made this challenge based on the principles of this book. I took myself through this challenge last month. I was at a time where I was sort of holding on really tightly. And I noticed, I was like, you need a big shift, Gab. So I went into my Gabby coaching app and I started the Trust the Universe 21-day challenge. By the third day, it was just unbelievable synchronicities and divine guidance. And my desire starting the challenge was to feel supported, to feel support from the universe. When I tell you, it was I was bombarded with support. It was just one thing after the next, after the next, after the next, just hitting me over the head with this incredible support and wisdom. And so if you feel like you're needing that guidance, you're feeling like things aren't working out, but I need a miracle right now, this is your book. The Universe Challenge is your challenge. There's so many resources out there for you, and I hope I can continue to support you. So give yourself permission to lean into what's possible. Give yourself permission to see through the lens of possibility. Give yourself permission to pause and have an ice cream. Give yourself permission to slow down and listen. Give yourself permission to stop forcing and start allowing. Give yourself permission to start transforming your fear into faith and allow yourself to be guided. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to join the Trust the Universe Challenge, you can go to deargabby.com/universe challenge. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.